Okie dokie. Hey everybody. Let's go. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alright, we got NVIDIA. Give it a second for everybody to get on. Is it working? Are we working? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Just getting my stuff together, figuring out why my... Oh, there it is. Okay, one screen is a little funny. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go over to notify the Discord for everybody just to say we are on, we are live. Just give me a second to get things figured out over here, and we will keep going with this. All right. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I'm a little slow this morning. I was behind the curve. Where's the experts? There it is. Got it. Got it. At everyone. Jeebus, my voice. I'm sorry. Hold on, man. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Jeez. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Can you all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Give me a shout out in the chat if we are good to go. How are we doing? How are we doing? Let me optimize my chat box over here so I can see what y'all are talking about. Kivu, welcome. How do you shift between ODT options and swing trade from exit point of view? Exit point of view. So like going from, okay, I'm gonna open a 0 DTE, but then also now I want to swing it to the next day, or do you mean like swing intraday? What do you mean? If I had ears. Well, I'm sorry. Can I put captions up? Is there a way to do closed captions? I don't know if I can do it live. Maybe there is. Maybe it's on your end. Mic check. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. It is charged this time. This thing is cheap, so it's easier if I hold it, even though it maybe looks weird. No way to do closed captions live. It's unfortunate. If you have an app on your, I'm assuming you're playing around, that you actually can hear. But for those that maybe are deaf and can't hear or can't hear well, I suppose if you have an app in a different device listening, it can maybe dictate for you. I don't know. Okay. All right. So I did the poll on the inner circle yesterday, and it was a mixed bag. Actually, it was kind of interesting. My dad actually was watching some of my older videos, and he's brand new to all this, and he's like, hey, does everybody that watches your stuff from the Discord, do they know what you're talking about? And I'm sitting there like, that's actually a great concept. Maybe everyone needs to be understanding where everybody's at in our levels. So if I'm talking with all these acronyms and going crazy with this, and you all are lost, well, you're not getting much value out of that, are you? So he was pretty influential in that aspect of saying, hey, maybe there's people out there that are in the Earner Plus tier but they want to learn more about what you're talking about versus just watching you, pull a mo where I'm just blasting all these indicators and I'm talking about all this stuff and no one's got a clue what I'm talking about. So, hey, the poll came back saying that there were a bunch of you that wanted more entry level explanations, meaning we're going to bring it back to the basics and talk more about what an EMA is, what a MACD is, what RSI is, what some of the candle patterns and things look like. So I think today we're going to kind of do some of that, and let me know in the chats. Don't be shy if you have an opportunity to chat in the live stream chat or tag me in the Discord chat, and just don't be shy. Just say something. Say, hey, what does that mean? Or just whatever your thoughts are. Go ahead and ask. That's why we're here. We're here to learn. I'm not here to show off. Trust me. I don't want to do that. I'm here to help everybody the way I can help. So don't be shy. If the music is annoying, let me know. I'll turn it off. If it's too loud, that kind of thing too. Let's see. So Kivu said, so ODT, I'm very sensitive to price changes when looking for exits, whereas I think he meant 0DT, I need to focus on higher time frames. So when I see a big shift up or down, I get an urge to exit like 0DTs. Yeah, it's more so when I think of a swing trade, I think of more of like I'm going to come into it toward the morning and I'm going to hold it for the day, or at least until the trend changes away from what I want it to do. 0DTE, that is more of a category. It can simply mean you're holding it just for the day, or you're going to be scalping. And 0DTE also has really high theta. It has different Greeks than more if you're speaking options. And so the theta is going to take away your premiums really quickly, what you pay into the contract. So swinging to me is more of you're going to hold it overnight, or you're going to hold it, maybe a day or two. That's my opinion of what a swing trade looks like. You can do intraday swing trades, which is like, multiples. Whereas 0DTE is more specific in my mind to scalping, and your options you're only choosing a today option, which has different Greeks than multiple day options for expiration dates. So I think that's what you're kind of getting at. And so what was your first question? How do you shift between 0DTE or swing trade? Well, I mean, let's go look at NVIDIA right now. We're in the 1 minute time frame, and so 1 minute is very quick. If you watch Mo's lives, those things move very, very fast. You can be in a trade for seconds, whether it be one contract or multiples. So it's really quick. And so if you're thinking 0DTE stuff like that, if you're thinking 0DTE for the 1 minute time frame, you're only going to be in it for that one or two candles. You're not going to be holding it very long. So if I was to look at this chart right now, we have a bullish indicator with Mo's recipe here. We have the 13 over the 50, which is a really bullish bullish concept, but we're also in the 1 minute time frame, which means it can move very fast. If we were to change to 5 minute, you're going to see those EMAs change. So now the 50, well, where'd it go? Well, that 50 is going to be way up here. So now we don't have the same concepts. We move to the 5 minute from the 1 minute. We're thinking now a bit more of a longer time frame. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, my 50 now is way up there at 212.30, where the 1 minute, I hate when it does that now. Click time frames, it moves everything around. Where the 1 minute, the 50 was down here at 211. And I got to think about this the other day. I'm thinking, okay, if someone says, oh, it's going to cross the 50, you have to put the time frames down if you're talking to somebody else, because if you say the 13's crossing 50, which is a bullish move, but I'm on the 1 minute and you're on the 15 minute, we are talking about very different things. The 1 minute is very fast. It's moving quick, 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 quick. Big movement of candles within that time frame. So an EMA is a moving average of essentially buyers and sellers within that moment. And that moment does correlate to the 15. It's just a fractional part of the 15. So the 13/50 is not false in comparison to others. It's just the fact that within that minute of the farther out channel time frame, you're moving quicker, and the moving averages of the buyers and sellers and price action is faster. So I think ODTE, I'm thinking less than 5 minutes. 2-minute chart, 3-minute chart, that time frame, because it's going to move quicker within a time frame per price point move. I hope that makes sense. I know that sounds really crazy, and honestly, that's kind of an advanced thing. So if I answered it at all, how do I tell? It's going to be price action. It's going to be my plan of the day. Am I scalping today, or am I looking for a nice entry for a pivot? Like we had a sell-off today, right? So am I looking for a pivot from a low point to a baseline? If I'm doing that, I'm not going to be necessarily scalping. I'm going to be more moving at a 5-minute time frame, because I want more of that, the indicators to tell me, okay, we're moving down, but we've found a bottom, and we're going to be now moving back toward baseline. So I'll move my time frames out to 5 or 10 minutes and track those trends. And if that looks like we are pivoting from the bottom up, then I can enter there for the rest of the trend or the day even. Now, not every stock will offer you today 0 DTE options. Some of them only offer you Friday. So you have to pick Friday, in which case you can go from the mindset of 0 DTE and then go up to baseline. So there's that too. All right, that's an advanced, more of a moderate to advanced answer. Okay. What else can we do? Guys? Let's see. How many do we have on here right now? Where's my numbers? Why am I so confused? Okay. It says we have 19 viewing right now. Okay, sweet. So, like I said before, it looked like in my poll on the Discord. Yeah, appreciate you guys too. Thank you. And we'll go through more stuff. We have a whole hour. So I'll slow it down. I said that very fast. I do talk fast. So 21. What's 21 mean? 21 years old? It's fine. You are. Learning early is great. Wish I did. So let's slow it down a bit. Let's go back to what the poll said. People are more interested in talking about some of the entry-level explanations of a chart. So let's do that. Let's talk about 21 viewers. Oh, you're right. Oh, there it was. It did jump. It was 19. 21. Hey, I thought maybe that was your age. That's great. We've had some people in here that are like 19, 20 years old before, and that's awesome. So I don't know. I don't know how old you are. That's great. Okay, let's talk about some basics for about 5 minutes. Let's go through some basics. And that's basics are fine. Basics are important. All right. Let's stick with NVIDIA since it's already pulled up here, and it looks like it's a possible entry. Why do I think it's an entry? Okay. I'm going to turn off. I like having my fair value gaps, my volumized FVGs. I think it's, while Mo's recipe is absolutely on spot, incredible, I like having a few more things that just help me personally. It's not for everybody. I've had people go, oh, I don't like that. It doesn't really help me. Okay. Trading is about learning your own style, to be honest. And this is my breakdown right here. This is how I put my chart up every time I'm doing things. And this, okay, I'm gonna say right now, if you're in options or you're gonna swing some heavy capital, this right here on a 5-minute time frame looks really nice for entry. Really nice for entry. We have the 13 EMA and the 5 just crossed right here a few minutes ago. We have bullish movement. We've got green candles. We have a really nice hammer looking candle. Hammer is bullish. So hammer being a candle on top of a wick. Do you see that? Looks like a hammer, old school sledgehammer. In this scenario, this helps you gives you understanding that maybe this is a bullish movement. Even without the EMAs, we just had candles alone. You would see this. You'd see the 3 green rising with a green candle is generally a bullish movement. Now, today is a crazy day. It's a crazy week. We have FOMC in like 3 hours. We have tons of earnings this week. So options is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to play because, to be honest, nothing's going to make sense. It's the easiest way to put it. Things are going to move in weird ways that don't really make sense, especially for tech, because tech is going to be getting slammed around the market this week with all their earnings. So, Kivu, would you expect a wick up to 212.32-ish, then a bounce off the 50 or a break of the 50? Again, what time frame are we talking about 50? If we're going to be talking with each other, or you know, are we talking about the 5-minute here, this 50? Or are we talking about 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour? You know, it's good. As we're chatting in the Discord, we should be bringing that up. We should be mentioning a question or something or a statement with the time frame of what you're looking at, so that others can quickly get right to it. I assume you mean what we're seeing right here, 5 minutes. So ideally, your current graph, yeah. Ideally, we would have this confirm at the confluence of the 13 and the 50. Confluence meaning the joining, the meeting. And if volume holds, no way. If volume holds right here, and we have still a turning point up of the MACD. MACD is your indicator that helps with understanding where the price action, the volumes of the buying and selling on the back end, we can't see. You can pull up charts that show all of the buying and selling, but the MACD is where it helps you. This is MACD down here, this guy. If you went up to your indicators, you can type in MACD, moving average convergence divergence. Okay, that just means big words, meaning where is it going to go? Where is the volume going to go as it meets at that moment? Is it going to go up or down? So MACD helps you with showing, okay, this red candle, oh no, we're selling off. Should I, are we going to go back down? Was this a false move? If this starts to break down, the blue starts to curve down, the green starts to flatten out and turn red, we know that we're generally going to be moving south. See, the MACD is actually not really showing that, but the chart up here is. So you have to kind of combine things. RSI is your strength index. How strong is it in one move or another? So like you said earlier, yes, I would have thought we would meet on top of here, we would confirm on the 13, and we would bounce toward the 50, yes. But then it all turned off because the price action said, nope, we're not doing that. So you have to kind of go with it. And that's where stop losses help, because in this scenario, you would have wanted to be stopped out somewhere in here because it was going to move against you. You could have done a straddle where if you're playing options, you can do both. You can have a call and a put, run them together, and whichever one's failing the worst and charts change, you do the other one. So again, let's go back to the basics. Those that want that, I'd like to have you guys comment if you're on there. EMA, what is an EMA? Now in our Discord, there's like 39 classes that Mo has made, free access to every tier, and they are wonderful. And they break down little bits at a time with video and shows you that. So EMAs, the exponential moving averages, these lines, what do they actually mean? So 50 is the red, 13 is the yellow, 5 is the green. And as you can see, they're all kind of trailing downward at this point. So overall trend is continuing downward. These are moving averages of each sensitivity. We'll go with the word sensitivity. The 5 is going to move faster because it's the most sensitive for time movement. The 13 is a tad slower, and the 50 obviously is even more slow. So that one's going to be just trailing behind everything as your more major movements. The 5 is going to whip around, and the 13 will be in the middle. So if the 5 was to cross the 13, going upward, you have more of that quicker bullish movement, and if you look down at the MACD and the RSI, they should both be aiming with that movement. Same with the 13. The 13's moving in that direction, you'll definitely be having indications from this blue line, from the colors of these little candles down here in MACD, and from the purple and yellow line showing bullish movement, and that all that is opposite for bearish movement. Okay, let's go with candles. Why do candles look different? Right, candles show you within that. We're gonna do 1 minute to explain this a bit better. Let's find. We'll go with current. Come on. Okay. Let's get rid of this for a moment. All right. So you can see with a 1 minute time frame, very fast moving pace, we have a 13 going under the 50 of the 1 minute. That 50, just like you saw before, was way over at 212 in the 5 minute. So is it, what does that mean? Why is this 50 lower? Because of that 5 minutes, there's moving averages within each time frame. So the 1 minute time frame has its own section of movement, and the 3 and the 5 and the 10, and they're all the same, but you have to take it fractionally. Okay, so this 50 will still hold very similarly to the 50 on the 5. It's just we're at the 50 because everything's condensed because it's only fractional of the larger time frame. So candles, we see here, this one doesn't have, there's a little bit of a wick, kind of, right there, top of this candle, and then a little tiny one down here. What does that mean? That means within that 1 minute, that whole range, the wicks are the whole range of the top end of buyers and the bottom end of sellers. That entire range was met. But the candle body, which you see, we call candle, right? The big rectangle, that finished, it closed the 1 minute out at a complete balance of the top and bottom end of that wick range. And mostly sellers. That's why it turned red and the line came down here when it closed the next candle down. This candle has more wicks and it closed more in the middle of the body. The body closed in the middle of the wicks, I should say. So it's a smaller candle. What does that mean? Well, it's more of a balance between the two of the buyers and sellers. So it's kind of confused. Where does it want to go? It's not buying to turn green. It's not selling to turn more red. This one has no wicks. That just means that the whole range of that price action was met on both ends. So it just kind of gives you this idea that there's likely more sellers because it's red and there's no wicks. So the whole range of that price is going to be more of a bearish volume. And we can see the MACD turning down. See it turning more red. We have indicators, the indicator lines, blue and yellow. They're aiming down evenly. So the chances within the 1 minute time frame of this continuing to fall is likely. So if you're scalping and you're doing 0 DTEs, you want to watch the candle action, and combinations of such are pretty strong too. So if you have them bouncing, they're all bouncing off of the EMAs here. Even if they're red, they wick down, but the body closed above. That's confirmation that it's going to hit this and keep moving. Closed down, but or wick down, closed above. Closed above, closed above. See, it's walking up these EMAs until they don't. That's where Mo's recipe helps amazing. The bread recipe helps amazing, this indicator, because you can turn off this and just go off candles, but you don't have the prediction of what might help you move next. You can go off just the candles, but you won't see the EMAs. You won't see anything like that. So you can go, all right, well, we have a trend, imaginary line. It's walking up it. Oh, we broke down. It held. It went back up. If we know candle patterns, kind of a double top. Double tops where it hits a point of rejection, comes down, tries again, rejects and comes down. That generally means it's going to fall. So it tried, failed. It tried a bit higher, but failed. And we've moved down lower than the prior point. So candles by themselves are very important to know their patterns, but why struggle? Why struggle with all that when you have the opportunity to get all of these indicators? Now, 1 minute is very fast. If you're going to be new to this, you don't want to really be in the 1 minute. If you're learning any of this stuff, you're not going to be in the 1 minute. It's just too quick, and it gives you a lot of false indicators. As you look back what we just did, you saw a whole bunch of green and red and green and red and red diamonds. Oh, it's bearish, and green, well, bullish. Oh, it's too quick. You're scalping, you're in, you're out. Trade, sell, trade, sell, trade, sell. If you're beginning, you want to learn options, or you're swing trading, meaning entering and exiting later on a lot of shares, you're going to be moving into the higher time frames because it's a slower move. If you look at this right now, how does this compare to the 1 minute we just saw? That candle is just rising and falling with buyers and sellers. It's not, right? So we're watching the volume. So right now we have 73,000. Look over here in this corner of my box here. You have 74, 76. Go away. 77. So we have more buyers coming in than sellers within that 5 minute time frame. So that candle is starting to rise because we have more people coming in. 87,000, right? So they're coming in, volume's coming in. And as it sells off toward the end of the 5 minutes, we have 35 seconds left. We may have more sellers coming in all of a sudden. And so it starts to pull down. But it's slower. That action is slower than the 1 minute. So those that are beginning, 5 minutes is a wonderful lower time frame. You still have a really strong chart to follow. You can learn the patterns. You can learn the MACD and RSI, how they change and maneuver and twist around within that time frame. It gives you a chance to optimize your screen, look at prior days, look at trends, whatever, and you're not missing out on much, assuming it doesn't just all of a sudden take off. But you can see it's much more calm. So the 5 minute for beginners is great as a low time frame. You could possibly, if you're paying for this, the trading view, they might offer you, I think 2 is offered for free, the 2 minute frame for free. The 3 is not. I know 3 is not. So as we see here, it looks like it's going to try to reach back up to this prior high. So this clump of candles here would act as a prior support of resistance, meaning that it tried to go up and sellers pulled it back down. It's going to try again. Now in the 2 minute time frame, we have a 50 that's really close. It might hit that and reject and go bloop and bounce down, or it can push through, try to overcome these prior highs, and then continue up. As you see, it hit that 50 with that wick and said nope and pushed right down. This is where EMAs come in handy versus having that turned off and having no EMAs, no indicators of where that thing is going. Is you would see it, the wick hit the same height as the green prior wick, but you wouldn't have that line. So you would not know. Like I said before that even happened, I said it might hit that 50 and reject off. Then it did, because I know the 50 is there because I have the indicator turned on. If I didn't have it turned on, you're going to have to just go off of the movement at that moment. So that's why the indicators are wonderful. And, of course, EMAs are EMAs. That's not Mo's EMAs. but he set up the sensitivities of these EMAs versus the RSI MACD combinations to tell you what's going on. Okay. When entering, exiting positions, you typically have three basic options: market, limit, stop orders. You review them. Clarify the difference between stop and stop limit. Okay, that's we can go to. That's not a beginner level stuff, but no one else is commenting, so I guess we might as well do what you're asking, right? Have a meeting, great video, learned a bunch. All right, this will be recorded, so you have access to it after the fact. Come back a different time and watch the rest of it. All right, or tag me in the Discord, and I can ask questions there, or answer questions. I can ask questions too. Answer questions. All right, thank you for being around. Appreciate it. All right, let's move this back over here. We'll look at NVIDIA's options. All right. No. We won't ignore it. I just, the poll was asking for more entry level stuff, but nobody else is commenting about it. So, yeah. Day late, dollar short. Thank you. If you guys want shout outs for being part of my live today, comment your Discord handle name, and I'll tag you when we're done. It's just a fun thing that we do. You don't have to do that. It's just fun. All right, so let's go to options. And we're going to look at the orders that we set. So we're going to open up that. And why does this look fun? Should have more over here to the side. No, it's okay. Don't know about shoutouts, but can you make the stock I'm in go up? What do you win? We'll do a stock dance. The rain dance. We'll do a stock dance. Okay, so start with normal stocks. Is NVIDIA not a normal stock? What do you mean? At some point, can we paper trade together just to explain everything as far as a process from front to back to see why you do what you do as you're doing it? Yeah. Are you okay? So you're not day late. Sorry. Okay. So Dave, yeah. Well, we can look for some trades right now. Let me just get through this one question that Kivu had, and then we can go and actually find a stock, and we'll try to find one we can actually trade right now. Options versus a stock. Okay. Also start with normal stocks. Options versus stock. Well, we have a stock, right? And NVIDIA is a stock, and you do either shares of that stock or you have options within that. So I'm not sure what you mean. Buying an option. Yeah, because you asked, you're okay, so you're talking about buying shares and using stop limits and market for shares too. Okay. All right. Okay, so go. Let's back up then. I think that's what you're talking about. So if we're gonna go buy shares, where to set them up. Okay. Effectively. Okay. Yeah. So I don't have much. This is my options portfolio. I only put like $5 in, and it's just simply to keep it in that one portfolio so I can see it. Because if I have it in my shares portfolio, I've got to go back and forth, and it gets annoying, and then I forget where I am, and then I have margin on that one. So if I was to do options on it, now I'm margin, doing day trade pattern and all that crap. So that's why you see $5 for NVIDIA. You're like, well, who $5? It's just a holder. It's a placeholder. That's all it is. Okay, so you want to buy shares, not options of NVIDIA, and we're going to do orders. Right. So if you actually are on the app is really cool. If you're using Robinhood, it will actually give you a graphic of what that means. Each one of them. So it's kind of cool. So stop loss order of it. Oh, excuse me. Obviously, is once you're in a trade. So like right now, I've got $5 worth. If I wanted to sell it at a certain level, I can put a stop loss in and tell it what price to sell it at. So if I wanted to sell it at 210.80, I put in 210.80 and then for the day and then go. This way it'll just be held there until the market hits 210.80 and it will sell it off. So I could be out doing whatever I want to do at work or whatever, a meeting, and it will just sell it. Same thing with buying. If I want to do a buy order or limit order. If I do a limit order, it means I want 2 shares at let's say I want this to pivot and go back up, but I want to hit it on the low end. I'll go to this prior high if it can beat. So we'll do 211.82, right? So I go to 11.82. And now you hit review and you send. I'm not going to send. I don't want to do that. But you would just do it. So then once that market price hits 211.82, it buys what you told it to do. Market hours, extended hours, you can just do all, the whole time until canceled, all these things. Now, I'm not sure why it has stop loss order in the buy section. I think that's a little weird. Stop limit. All right, stop limit is a bit more advanced. To be honest, I never use it. You have a stop price and limit price. I've always just put the same number down because it didn't make sense to me to have it different. So I would not be the best one to ask with what the difference is with this one. Because you're buying shares, you want to enter at the best price point for it to move up, right? So stop limit order, it effectively does the exact same thing as a limit order in my mind. I don't know any difference. I'll be honest with you. Trailing stop, that's gonna be a great one in the sell order. So if you're in a trade and you're being profitable, and you don't want to lose your profit, and you're okay selling it that day or that moment, you would put a trailing stop in. It's gonna be in the sell section, not the buy section. Trailing stop means that it's going to follow the price action up until it reverses down. As soon as it reverses down, and you can either choose percentage trail or amount. Amount is way easier than percentage. Percents you have to figure out the differences and all of that. The amount is easy. You want it to be at a dollar point of where you are. So if you're $20 in profit and you don't want to lose more than $5, you put $15 trail, right? So it would just be the amount money of where it's going to let you sell at. If it's in now, I don't use the computer, I use the app, and I think the app is honestly way easier. But because if you do all of this in the app, it will give you diagrams and graphics of what it looks like, and it's very, very clear. In here, it doesn't show you any diagrams. So this is how you buy shares, and using all of these specialty things here. So sell order and buy order are simply at market. It's just that second, wherever it is, the next available purchase option, it will just go, or sell, it'll just go. Because don't forget, when you're buying, and especially when you're selling to somebody. You know, they're not perfect out there, because it's not. How do I explain this? When you have a price action, you know, there's buyers and sellers, right? So you're buying shares from something that's being sold, selling it to buyers that want it. So it might be that pennies off. You do market for a high moving stock like Nvidia, you'll be within a penny of that price point. If you're a slower one like Archer, Joby, SRFM, you know, you could have a bigger swing by 25 cents or something. For market, just depends. So if you have 1,000 shares, well, that adds up, right? So then that might be where you want to do the limit order for the specific price, Then once the system finds that exact price, it'll activate it there. Okay, did that cover it? Let me know if that was enough. Yeah, David. Yeah, we can definitely do some trading here. Give me a second to get through these comments. Stop loss and target price and 0DTE options on Robinhood. Stop loss and target price. I'm assuming you mean target price, right? Take profit price. Oh, stop loss and take profit. That's probably what you mean. Stop loss, take profit, because those are the two opposites, right? Okay. Let's see. Well, for options, yeah? Yes. Okay, let's just use NVIDIA since it's already pulled up here. Move to 5 minutes. So for this movement right here, right now, it's in consolidation. This is what is called consolidation because it's moving sideways overall. Yes, it's got dips and valleys, peaks and valleys, but we're moving sideways in a general pattern. It's waiting for something. Well, we know today's FOMC, so it's waiting for later on. In this scenario, and don't be afraid to draw on your charts, guys. Draw. You can always erase the stuff. I'm going to just kind of give an average channel. Just kind of a nice like visual. All right. So here's my visual. I'm just basing it off of what it looks like. You know, I'm not measuring any candles, wicks at this moment. This is just giving me a visual for a consolidation channel. Okay. Until it fails or either way, right? But for now, that's what it's looking like. So if I was going to be in a put right now, we're going to pretend that we're in a put. We just opened up a put, okay? We didn't, but we're going to pretend we did. I like using these profit loss boxes. I think they're really nice visuals, okay? Where would I put my stop loss? Where would I want to exit before I lose too much money? All right. So in this scenario, I would have kind of cut this candle in half because it's also at the point here of 1, 2, 3, 4 other candles, 1 to 5 other candles that are all on the same level. So this is acting more of a resistance for this moment. So I would open a put and have my stop loss at that point of where if it crossed back up and broke higher, the structure has changed, and so I would get out of that trade. Okay, so my stop loss would be above. Now, how much of a stop loss? How much do you do? That's going to be up to you. Let me lock this. Do you want it to be, you know, go off of, if you're doing options, you're moving, your, you know, $1 move is going to be like 60 bucks. So do you want it to be 20 cents? So, you know, $30 loss. You've got to go off the Greeks of options, right? Delta and gamma. If you're doing options, you're looking at that. Not using TradingView to trade. That's okay. It's I don't care what you're looking at. You can look at any platform to trade on. It's all the same idea. Candles are candles. Movement is movement. Price is price. Almost every platform is going to have these boxes. It's going to have, you know, raise. It's going to have everything that you're going to need. It's not going to. This is just TradingView, but you don't. It's all the same concepts here. Do you want a percentage? 5% stop loss, 10%, 20%, 30%. For scalping, I keep it very, very quick because I don't want to lose my capital for my day, and it can change so quickly. So I usually go off of the price action here. So if I entered it at 210.66, I'm not going to want to go more than probably 30 cents because 40 cents, because, you know, if it's moving like this one is, because that's going to be 40 bucks per contract loss, right? So I'll go pretty quick for a 0DTE. I'll keep it down here. Now, if you have your stop loss really close to your wicks, you're going to get tapped pretty quickly, right? So once you know what the price point you want, if you don't have like TradingView attached to a broker like I don't, then I would just go over here and I would just set on my options, I would just set my stop loss at blah, 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 whatever number it's going to be. And then as soon as I know that's the number I like, it's just going to hit that, okay? Does that help answer anybody's question? 10 contracts. Okay, so if you have 10 contracts and you move 30 cents, if you figure, let's do at the money options is roughly around $50 to $70 per dollar move. We'll go with 50, okay? So $50 per dollar move of the stock price in a whole dollar, 30 cents. You can figure it's going to be like 15, 20 bucks, roughly. And so times 10, well, it's 20 bucks, that's $200 loss. So you're going to want that pretty tight because you have a lot of risk. The more contracts you have more risk. Legend. You're in Legend. Okay. Same concept. Let's go over Legend real fast. You can help if you. There are free options. There are free TradingView. Like you can enter it for free and you get up to 3 indicators. You can't really run Mo's indicators on there for free, but you can run other things, very, very basic stuff, and then work on your charting skills with Rays and I believe you can still add like a basic EMA and like MACD for free, and then you still get all of these drawing options for free. So yeah, there's stuff right here. I don't use Legend very often either, but I can see it. So we were talking about the channel earlier, right? So let's do the same thing. Can you see? Yeah, you can. I think you can see this full screen. So this line up here gives you all of what you want. Ray, trend line. Oh, channel. This one even has a channel right there. Look at that. Let's try that one out. Trend channel. Let's see. Okay. Off of something like that. Oh, look how pretty. And Legend doesn't have this stuff. Look at that. It's even better than TradingView one did. It gave you a channel right away. Boop. Look at that. Look at that. And I think you can change colors of it. You can. Ooh. Fun. You have MACD down here. You got RSI down here. You've got all the drawing things. You can do call outs. You can do anchored VWAP. Okay, so what is this? Look at that. You got Fibonacci's. You've got date and price ranges. You've got anchored volume, anchored VWAP. VWAP is a volume indicator. It's gonna be a line that travels with the candles, and it just shows your volume averages on your candles versus down below. We won't go through that right now. But yeah, Legend has. Look at this. Legend has a ton. Yeah. So don't worry about being in TradingView. There's all your indicators. You can change stuff around, add stuff. Heck yeah. Legend is great. Jordan Belfer in our Discord, actually, he loves Legend. He uses this very often. And you can access this on the mobile app as well. I know you can. So this is Legend, guys. This is not TradingView. This is Legend. And yes, it works very, very well. And all your time frames are down here. So just like TradingView, you have all your time frames It looks very, very similar. This is not Mo's, Mo's recipe, right? You don't have Mo's indicators, but if you are not in in plus and you don't have his recipe, and you need to still learn how to chart, Legend has everything you'd need, just like TradingView, for a basic level. It's all right here. Now these EMAs here are not nearly as sensitive and as nice as Mo's recipe is, that's for sure. Like this doesn't really help me do much at all with the EMAs here. The 50s, I guess 50s handy, but the rest of the EMAs don't help much. So anyways, if you go back over here, how do we get back? Why am I confused? Or exit out of here. I don't use Legend, obviously. Now I'm stuck in Legend. Let's exit. How do I get out of Legend, folks? Jeez, I feel like a newbie over here. Full screen. Did full screen. Oh, full screen. Oops. I went over my phone. No. Out of Legend. Alright, now I feel ridiculous. What does that button do? Wow. Okay, so this opens up a whole new section of... Now, Legend's got a lot. Look at this. It opened up a whole new section of chart that I didn't even mean to do. Alright. Well. Oh. Okay. Like, totally closed down Robinhood. Whoops. Okay, so there's Legend. It is amazing. I don't know why I got stuck. I'm doing split screen, so maybe that's why I got stuck in there. Sorry. I know you can definitely get out of it. I've done Legend before, and you just hit escape, and it goes right back to the thing. I don't know why I was stuck in there. Maybe because I was split screen, it was hiding it. So, anyways, I just showed you Legend, and it compares highly in comparison to TradingView. You just don't get Mo's indicators. You don't get Mo's script for Earner Plus, which is actually quite amazing. If you don't have it, you need to have it. How do you think about the Fed decision? Oh, well, to be honest, I think everyone expects there's no rate cuts today. There possibly could be a rate hike today. And I think that's a lot of reasons why, mixed with wacky earnings, we saw the sell-off instantly this morning. I think they're pricing in a mixture of not a great review in 2.5 hours. It's not going to go great. It's going to show markets struggling, inflation's high, war is this, oil's hurting, this and that. So I think it's going to be a problem. And so that's why the market tanked, and now it's flat. It's waiting for the reality to hit. That's what I think. I'm sorry, Kivu. Most of us use trading use Robinhood, Webull, Thinkorswim. We don't use TradingView to execute trades, but we use it to watch charts. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a broker attached to mine as well. I do all of it from my phone, and I don't use a browser to trade at all. As you can see, I use my phone, but I will use TradingView to watch the charts and then activate through the broker. Okay, I think we're good with that. Yeah. Let's okay, I think Dave's still on. Let's go or whoever. Let's go and potentially find a stock. I'm gonna look through my watch list here real quick, and as you can see, I've got the whole thing pulled up here. And let's try to find something that oh yeah, swing trading. Yeah, I do. I'll do 0 DTEs. I'll do some swings. Actually, yesterday I held six BBAI, 6 calls. I held them over for today. I plan to sell this morning. I did, and I grabbed $75 off of that. BBAI ran nicely from the bottom yesterday all the way up. Overnight it was at 110, but can't sell overnight, so unfortunately. So I sold it right away. And that's what I would call a swing trade. 0 DTE plan, even though it expired Friday, because they don't have like 0 DTE or 1 day options. 0 DTE. What is 0 DTE? 0 days to expiration. So that means it'll say today on the options, like opportunities or expirations, will say today. That's a 0 DTE. 0 days to expiration. That means it's today. 1 DTE is overnight. So it'll expire tomorrow. If it's Monday, you'll have 5 DTE. That's Friday. It won't say 5. It's just when we talk about acronyms, that's what we're talking about. Okay? 0 days to expiration, or X amount of days to expiration. Days to expiration. It's going to be hard to do much trading right now because everything is just waiting. It's waiting for the meeting. I mean, Netflix has risen and kind of curled over, but it's not moving much. IWM. Look at IWM. That's like the Russell 2000. It's the lower small cap companies. Peloton. Peloton made Peloton rose today. That's interesting. Amazon has a little pullback. I don't see much. I only have about 5 minutes left, roughly, to my hour. I think I can stay on. I think Molex is allowing us to stay on longer if we want to. So it's going to be a tough. Oh, Palantir looks okay. All right, let's look at Palantir fast. Five-minute Palantir. So, get rid of that. No, those are prior orb lines. So this over here to the right is anchored volume. So it's an anchor. If you go to indicators, it is. Oh, I'm sorry, not indicators. It's gonna be down here. Where's my? I'm not in the app. My app is down here. I know use the laptop. So this is going to be one of your indicators that you add from the side, not a true indicator like you have to like pay for more to come up here. It's going to be on the side. It's going to be in your forecasting area. And it's right there, anchored volume profile. You click on that, and then you come over here to the chart, and you just click on the chart, and it'll plop it up there. It won't look like this initially. It will look like this, just like a little tiny line. You have to give it time. So this is a good one if you find a new stock you want to start following, to drop that in right away, because over the days, it'll start to add up. So I've had this for several weeks, and so it's added up and kind of averaged it in. So what it means is there's a high resistance right here, lots of volume in this price level. So if this was to come back up, it would likely struggle to get beyond this. And if it does, it will become a new support for this time period. So I do like that. And here, there's nothing, so it's a gap. So if it gets into here and there's enough volume, it can gap up really quickly into this spot. So that's why I like the anchored visual range profile. All right, so let's try some trades. Let's look and see what's going on here. Okay, we got Palantir. We have May 1st as the closest expiration. And when is earnings for Palantir? You always want to check earnings for these things. May 4th. All right, so sweet. So we don't have to do any trading with options that run between now and through options, through earnings, because that's going to increase your premiums. It's going to change all the Greeks, and it's really difficult. So, do we want to do some trading on this one, guys? Thanks for the help. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope it was helpful. Give me critiques here, guys. If I'm saying things too fast, if I'm saying things that aren't clear, let me know. So do we want to do some trades on here, or are we good? Because I don't need to. Everything's going up. Yeah, I mean, it's looking okay. It's like I said, it's tough out there right now. I mean, with FOMC, I know a bunch of people that are basically just taking off. They're not doing trades at all until at least Thursday afternoon into Friday. With FOMC, the rate cut meeting, it's hard. It's really hard to trade, because this would be a bullish setup, to be honest. This looks like it should rise. We have a nice dip, consolidation, and it should be parabolically rising back up. But I don't trust it because of the meeting today. The EMAs look like it's going to go well. We have the 5/13, greens cross the yellow. We have our indicator here. We have the bullish lines going up. We have rising, increasing size of candles. RSI is low. Why do I want on RSI low? RSI low meaning that the stock has room to grow. If the RSI says 75, you're close to 100. You don't have much more room to keep growing, so it's going to come back down to consolidate again, to rise back up, or to keep falling. We're already at 50 for the purple line. Over here, you see it's oversold, so it gives you this nice shade over here. But we're not there. We're right in the middle. So we have room to grow. We also have room to fall. So, there's that. So, I mean, we could, let's see, what is the premium cost? Let's see, for May 1st, it's 230, okay. For 137 strike, which is the next dollar up, it's 277. It's kind of a lot to just hope. Unless you guys find a stock out there that looks like you want me to play for you, or we can at least look at. We can do that. Palantir is not your jam. We also could go to a smaller time frame and see if that might help our decision making. Okay, so in this 3-minute time frame, the 50 is right here, and it's rejecting off the 50. You can see that it tapped twice and pushed down. Here's a third candle coming in. Will it push up? Maybe. Bollinger Band here, this white line is rising. Where's the other one? The lower Bollinger Band is kind of flattening to rise. So that's helpful in helping me decide to enter. We have still increasing lines in the MACD. So that's bullish. So that's nice. I would like to have more confirmation that it's going to keep moving up and not just push straight down and reject off that 50 and fall. I'd prefer that before entering a trade. Ideally, you can enter early and hope. But without that confirmation, it's a little scary. Bet you on the 2-minute it already passed. Yep. See? Called it. On the 2-minute, it already passed. So we have the 13 crossing the 50, but that's within a small time frame, which means it's going to move faster. So we can have that push straight down below that 50 really quickly. As I say that. Go back to the 3, we still have not crossed. Of course, moving to the 5, the 50 is going to be way above, right? How many are still on here? 13 still watching? All right, sweet. Hopefully that's an active number. Let me look at Discord real fast. I don't know if I got any shoutouts over there, tags or anything. I didn't look. I do. I've got options tag. Wild Bull in the Discord, he asks, do you like SoFi since it dropped on earnings release for Dead Cat Bounce? In general, I dislike SoFi. It's one of those stocks that are just, it's my nemesis. Everything I try to chart and do on it, it just seems to turn around and do the opposite. So I find SoFi to be a bit annoying to me. But I definitely know that there's people out there that have a really high conviction with it, that feel it's gonna move. I think over time it will, but for some reason it's just struggling. And I think we really need to get past 19 into $20 range before it really does much. Let me write him back real fast. I'm just telling him I think we need to see confirmation at the $20 level for a bullish move. That's the only thing. So okay. All right, so let's look at Palantir here. So we're still seeing that rejecting off of the 50 on the 3-minute chart. Now, didn't I just say, literally, didn't I just say that on the 2-minute frame? Didn't I say these move quickly? So even though it crossed the 50, it doesn't really mean much because we're in a small time frame. They can reverse and move a lot faster. So it just did that. So on the 2-minute time frame, it's going to come down and retest that 50. I can promise you it will. On the 3-minute, it's rejecting off the 50. On the 5-minute, it's going to look even worse. 50 is going to be way up here. It didn't even get close to it, and we're already pulling off. Now, how do I use this and say I can tell we're having a problem rising above the 337 or 137 level? Why do I know? If I draw a ray across here, this white ray, the top of these candles, we look backward. Let's look backward. Oh, look at all that. This morning, all of these candles line up. Bam, 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 bam. All within the same price range. That's your resistance for the day. So when you're down here and you wonder where your resistance might be, right there. You know it because you have all of these candles clumped together and hitting the same range. That's your resistance, and that's how you know you're going to have a problem getting over this. Okay? Even from this morning, you're way down here and you want to rise, you want to get into calls at 136 call, strike price right here, 136, and you're down here. So you go, all right, I want a 136 strike price, but how far might this run? Your first level of issues is going to rise right here. So you could have ran 136 all the way up, but you're going to have problems, potentially. I can't say you're going to. Potentially your first problem area is going to be the prior resistance. So that's, we can see it. Here's your level of resistance, and here's your rejection of our current time frames. Boom. This is entry level stuff, folks. This is not about options. This is technical analysis on a chart. You have prior resistance, you had a lower price action, it moved toward resistance, it tapped that resistance level at that price level and rejected. That is simple technical analysis, has nothing to do with buying options or shares. Nothing. This is simply tracking resistance patterns, support patterns, things like that. And I bet you, if we were to look back, let's go to a higher frame so it's easier. You'll look back over here, somewhere way back over here. Yep, right there. Back in the Tuesday, the 14th of April, way back over here, we have a support. All of this area here, this area here, this area here, all of that. Stop the Siri, no way. All of that is support, and that's why way over here today we tapped that level of support from the 14th and bounced to go up. Mo always says, when in doubt, zoom out. If you don't know where your lower point is going to be for the day, zoom out, look for prior support, which is your lowest end. That likely is going to be it. And in this case, that's our support. And here's our daily resistance right there. Now, it's not strong. It's not a strong resistance, but it's enough to keep that price action down. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I think that looks awesome. So in the money, out of the money, Scott Mack said. Well, if I was to play this, if it can confirm above this price point, because we know this is our prior resistance. If it can confirm, which means it goes above, it breaks above this line, we have a closed candle above the line, a closed, finished, ended candle, not one that just starts and is flipping around. Actually closed, done candle. We've moved on to the next 5 minutes. Confirms up here, and our EMAs are looking okay. They're heading toward the bullish side. Our MACD is still going bullish. Our RSI is going bullish. Then I would do at the money. So at that level, it would be I would do a 138 strike at that point. At the money, not in the money. 138 strike, because at that point we're gonna be really close to 50. Now it's still scary because the 50 is a strong mover. It could push you right back down, but you have broken the resistance here, which then gives you more of a confidence that you're gonna move forward. So I would have opened a long in here. Call. Long is call. Okay. So I'm not gonna enter Palantir at this point. Puts are not guaranteed because there's no real strong indicators that it's gonna drop much farther. It could drop maybe to here, but for almost $300, it's not worth entering and risking anything for it to reverse right away, because we're in consolidation. All of this is consolidation. It's just chop up, chop down until it doesn't. But I would not enter a call until we get to this area. That's the area that I would feel more confident in a call. Also, because it's the gap. This is the gap. There's little volume in here. So I would like that if it can get in here and confirm in here. It doesn't like to stay there. It wants more confirmation, so it's going to shoot up to 141. So I would like to see if it can confirm in here, enter a call, and we get to 141. That would be my price target for this movement. And 141 also is the entry of the day, roughly 140.65. Does that all make sense? So right now, Palantir is a no-go for me. If nothing's confirmed, there's no reason to enter it. J-Frog says, this definitely helps. I've been stuck lately, taking one step forward, 2 steps back. This is a hard market. I got scolded by a member a few weeks ago saying, well, if it's so hard, da 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 da. I don't care how good you are. This market is tough. Scold me all you want. I don't care. This is not an easy market to follow. There is a ton of moving parts. If you're doing options, it is super, super difficult. And if you want to yell at me and say it's not a hard market and you're that great, why are you in our Discord? Because this is where we learn here. You know, maybe I'm a bit sassy today, sassy morning, but seriously, you're gonna bark at me, say this isn't a hard market. If you don't know how to do it, this is tough. We have FOMC rate cuts, rate hikes, this and that, new chair coming in. We have earnings that make no sense at all. We have companies that beat in their earnings, they still drop, 5% and they stay down. And Netflix beat everything. They have great revenue. They had everything going for them. The only thing that Netflix had in their earnings was that the owner was going to step down and retire, and they lost their minds. Netflix is still falling. But their money is fine. Their guidance was, in the sense of guidance for the future, was great. It's like, so earnings makes things hard, and this week has very, very heavy earnings. We have a lot of Mag 7, Magnificent 7, which is your Palantir, all your tech companies. companies. All the tech companies plus some others are this week. And so it makes the market move where it shouldn't move. You have Microsoft and Palantir and Netflix all drop, let's just say, hypothetically, and Tesla, they all fail in their earnings, so they drop. The entire market will move down with them. The whole thing, the SPY and QQQ, it's all going to move down. It's all going to sell off because they didn't do well in earnings. So it is hard. Then you add the Iranian war stuff, you add the oil increase, you add the price hikes for the rates possibilities. It makes learning this hard. I don't care. You're definitely learning. You appreciate it. Good. Tag me in the chats. Jordan, tag Jordan. We have a lot of experts coming in. Tag any of us. Ask questions. If it's not answered right away, ask again. We're not ignoring you on purpose. It's just a busy place. What's your name? Jarenicep. Okay, I'm gonna say 7203. That's who I'm talking about. Love difficulty for me being a newbie. That's the thing. True. Okay, so it's a hard market to learn. It's tough, but if you can learn right now in this, and once things do smooth out over time and becomes more predictable, then yes, you have learned through the hardest, and it's only going to get easier from here and make trading easier from here. So that is very true. If you learn in the gauntlet, then everything else is gravy from there, right? Oh, Nate. Okay, hey man. Hey, your name is crazy. Sensei. Oh, okay, I'm seeing it now. Jiraiya Sensei Gaming 7203. The first part's throwing me off. All right, easiest market I've been in. Oh yeah, Jordan, you're hilarious, buddy. You're so funny. So easy. Yeah, so easy. When you paper trade, it's easy. No, you're doing awesome paper trade. I'm giving you crap, man. Jordan does paper trading over the Discord, by the way. He does live trades with paper trading. He does awesome work over there. Very, very cool stuff. I don't have paper trading, so I use real money, and it's scary. And so that's why I don't risk as much because of that. We are over an hour. Root reference. Oh, that's why. I know who that is, but I don't follow that very much. So Palantir is rejecting off of that resistance, as you can see. It's not going to move up very quickly here. So, you know, it looks pretty solid on the chart, like for a rebound for the day. If you want to get into one and hold it for the rest of the day, you can. I was in his call right before this. In his call. What do you mean? Whose call? My call? Who are we talking about? Oh, Jordan. Sorry, I'm just following up. Yeah, you were in his call. Nice. He was doing SPY, right? He always does SPY. I know. I'm giving you crap, buddy. He goes, whoa now. Yeah, I know. I'm playing, man. I'm feeling sassy today. As you can tell, 5 minutes ago, I was just ranting on crap. I'm feeling sassy. Jordan's, yeah. Let's see. What's SPY doing? Anything? Q had some movement. We could have gotten into some Q calls there. That just moved. SPY potentially has a move going on. How's the music, guys? Is the music annoying? Do you not hear it well? Is it worth keeping on? I don't know if it's too coffee hidden. Yeah, I have a full cup right here, and I haven't even touched it this whole hour. I need your mason jar, buddy. Although this is a pretty solid cut. It looked okay, but now I don't know. We're gonna have low volume before the meeting, y'all. This is kind of how it's gonna be on a FOMC day. Generally, you have a big sell-off, and then it just kind of waits around. Most of these stocks, SPY has some volatility for sure, but it's kind of tracking. It's just tracking down. I don't know. The Qs did a big move because QQQ is more attached to tech, and so it just had this nice rally right here from 259 to 26, so $1.50 move. So here's some movement. You've got this big red candle. It just pushed past the 50 on the 5-minute chart. You've got big sell volume. You have MACD turning down, blue turning down. You have red candle. These aren't candles, red block. Red MACD block showing up. We have RSI falling. So you see the body, body of the candle, it tapped the 50 and then pulled back up again. So we have buyers coming in, pushing it back up. So they're going to fight to get this to close above the 50. If this closes above the 50, then it potentially can keep moving forward and have a bullish move. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to close below. It's going to close below and likely fall, because here's our strong point right here, and here's a weak point. So we're in the gap. It's weak, strong up here, weak, stronger here, stronger here. So visual range profile, it's in the forecasting area of the chart. Should we get in this? If we think it's going to fall, should we try some? Should we try some? Put. Jordan's going for a put. Yeah, it did well. That put's going well. See, for 0 DTE on QQQ right now at the money with a 709 put, it's $210 entry. So it's a little pricey. You're gonna blow through your capital pretty quickly here doing that, unless you have a bunch. So did anybody answer my question about the music? Yeah, David. Yeah. Oh, Jordan's info. Is that what you're talking about? Jordan's info? Yeah, man. He's awesome. That's why he's one of our educators as well. I'm ripping on him because it was fun. He's just a fun guy. He's a fun guy. He's a mushroom. Fun guy. He's but you know. Oh yeah, Jordan's got. No one knows SPY like Jordan does. I mean, I know Mo plays Qs and SPY a lot, but I still think Jordan knows the SPY more. Premiums high today. Yeah, premiums are high. What's IV? IV's 36. Oh, that's not so bad for SPY. Little high. Usually around 30. Oh yeah, we just play. So as we get closer to the end of the day, the premiums will go down. Generally, we get cheaper and cheaper as you get closer to the end of the day. So that's a lot of reasons why Mo doesn't do his live trading until around noon or 2 p.m. noon my time, is because it's 2 hours from close and the premiums are cheaper, and so you can get into more and still have the same Greeks. Your profit and losses are going to be overall the same, but you can get into them easier. Now we also have a slight double top. We have a rise, rejection, rise. It wicked up here to the same level, and rejection. So that was another tell that it was going to fall. Double top. Boop, boop. So we have the M shape. That's generally a chart pattern of a bearish movement. double top. The higher time frame you go to see that, the more confident you can feel. Move to a 10-minute. It won't be as clear, but it's similar. Failed bullish movement, failed bullish movement. So look at that. So I think what I said there was some strength down here. So I think we're going to likely fall to around at least 650, 780. Which to me is not, it's for that price entry is not worth it for me. It's just too expensive to risk for that to not happen, and it goes up. And even if you do get into one, you're only going to be getting $30. It's not worth the risk to me. I'd rather save my capital for later. So that's just me. Well, I'm not sure what else to say, guys. I appreciate you stepping by. We definitely went over a little bit. I didn't do any orb training today. Just fine. Ooh, IWM sold off. I like playing IWM. It doesn't move a ton. It's moved $2.50 today alone, but the premiums are a lot cheaper. And if you add up, you do multiples, you can actually make some serious money in just that $2 move. So, yeah, David, you're welcome. Is there anything else you guys want to cover real quick? Anything else? We can do orb real fast on something. It's really quick, and just to give you an idea of what that is. Let's just go with Tesla because it moves a lot. I've got no idea if it will work. We're just gonna give it a shot. So last 3 minutes we'll be done here at 10 o'clock. 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. All right. Orb, opening range breakout. That's what orb means. Ideally you would do this in the morning at the first half an hour of the market opening. You go to a 15-minute time frame. You go to Ray or any trend line. I like using horizontal Ray. It's just easier. You find the first finished candle, first 15-minute candle that is done moving. It's closed, it's finished. You go to the wick, the top of the wick. You place your Ray. You go to the bottom of the wick. You place your Ray. You then move to a lower time frame. I like 5 minutes to start. You can also do 2 or 3 minutes. Let's turn off Mo's indicator just for a second, just so we can see the orb more clearly. This white line in the middle is basing off of the volume range profile, so just ignore that middle white line. You know what? We're just going to change. So these yellow lines are the orb top and bottom of the prior wick. You need to wait for orb to work. You would wait for a breakout either up or down. We have a channel. Bop, 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 bop. Here is our first breakout, but it did not fully confirm below the line. The wick is still inside the line. This is not a confirmation. It is a fake out, fake breakout. Also, MACD turned right around. So we went right back up into the channel and started bouncing around. This giant candle could have given you an idea it's going to go for a breakout and you enter a put here. You would be wrong because then we had a quick turnaround. Now, could orb still work right here? Yes. If we have a confirmation candle that closes wick and all below this, and the next one is red, then likely we are going to fall lower. This is without Mo's indicator. You add Mo's indicator into it, and it makes it way easier to follow. Way easier to follow. So if we can confirm down here, and we have the EMAs still falling, MACD's turning red, down, down, then you can enter puts for the downside. So orb, opening range breakout, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. 15-minute time frame, you horizontal ray the top and bottom of the wicks of that body of the candle. Move to 5 minutes. You wait for a breakout and a confirmation above or below that line, full wick and all, and then the next candle will help you decide what to do next. So for For bullish movement, you will have it go break out, confirm, and the next candle should be moving up. You can open calls there until it changes on you. And then the same thing for a bearish movement. Drop below, come back up to the line to confirm, closing below the line, and then falling beyond that for puts. Okay, that's ORB. That was my 4-minute ORB discussion to end this live stream. Let me look at chat real quick. No one else said anything. Appreciate your time. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Let me know in the Discord if there's anything else you guys want to cover for Monday. I believe this Monday I don't have a schedule, so I won't be on this Monday for a live stream. I'll be on next Wednesday for a live stream. So we'll have some time. We have a week. Let me know. I'll take some notes on what you guys want to cover. You can always tag me in the Discord. Let me know. I tried mixing in a bit of options today, along with some more basic entry-level knowledge. Always good to review. No problem with that. In the description, you'll see the Earner Plus tier monthly Discord access. I can also put it here in the chat. Give me 3 seconds and I will get the link for you. Earner or code EARN, EARN, is only valid until the 30th, so tomorrow, for 40% off. He might extend it, that's always his prerogative, but for now, the monthly here's the link. This is to upgrade to the monthly if you are not in Earner Plus. Also, I have links for annual and lifetime. Code EARN for 40% off till tomorrow. Okay. Fogo J55, great job. Got in quick SPY put for a little profit. Yeah, that candle was wonderful. Oop, that's Tesla. Forgot we're in Tesla. SPY put. Let's see what you did. Right there. Yep. Beautiful. That's a great job. I'm sure it opened up kind of slow, and then the volume took over and shoof. Now, you also knew when to exit. Where is this line from? Interesting. This yellow line's from a different day, but it kind of helped as a resistance level or a support level. That's funny. Regardless of that yellow line being there, you also know you should have gotten out on a 5-minute time frame because Mo's indicator says Bollinger Band is oversold. It broke through, so likely the next candle is going to push up. Now we sometimes will have a push up candle and then it comes back down again. We have that. In this scenario, it pushed up and rejected entirely, and will rise right back up to where we were. I think I had said something about the Qs. I want to see if I was right. Was it 657? Oh no, it was 670. 657.80 is what I said down here. So it did not get that low yet. Doesn't mean it won't though. So good job, Frog. Frog? Is that what you said? Was that your name, Frog? Sorry. Fogo? Fogo, not Frog. Sorry. Yeah, good job. Following all that. Is anybody here Earner Plus? Anyone that's still watching? Can you type something? Type a 1 if you're Earner Plus. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on over. Type a 1 if you're Earner Plus. Type of 1. Oh yeah, these are prior orbs. That's for sure. That's what they are. That's funny that it worked as a support. Arbor P, Earner 1 or Earner Plus. Are you monthly, lifetime, annual? I'm just asking questions. You guys don't have to answer. I mean, obviously, there's no pressure. Lifer, nice. What's your, if you don't mind, what's your Discord handle? Because these all don't they don't always match up. I chose mine to be the same just so that's easier for everybody to understand who I am. So if anybody cares for a call out today, let me know what their handles are, and I will call you out in the chats. And thank you for being here. Dog Mac. Type your, I know Jordan's, I know that. Nate. So, you know, you're Pinky. Who else is here? That's Kivu. No, Hugh is here. Dollar late, dollar short had to leave. I don't know his name. Dave. So David Garza, Fogo, Arbor, Doggy Mac. I don't know your guys' handles in there. Fogo, okay. So if you want to call out, just put your handle in here, and I'll give you a little shout out saying thanks. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you want to, that'd be great. Anyways, there's the link for monthly Earner Plus to the Discord. Using 40% off. It will expire tomorrow. I am an affiliate. I am basically the experts. We volunteer in the Discord. The only way we get a little bit of financial help is helping members upgrade. We do get a monthly kickback on our links, or not monthly, but we do get a commission based on whatever you're purchasing. And then for this scenario, for this hour, I do get a little bit of a payment for this hour, being one of his educators now. So I'm letting you know, full transparency. Omacity, all right, cool. I'll give you a shout out. And so letting you guys know, all of us experts here, the Earner Plus experts, we do get paid for our hour sessions, just 1 hour. So I went over an hour and a half. I'll just get 1 hour, and that's fine, you know. But otherwise, we are volunteers. The only way we get a little bit of help is to get some of these commissions. So affiliate links, that's what it is. That's what it means. Full transparency. So I would, you know, if you're gonna upgrade or anything, it would be helpful if you use those links for whoever you're working with. But you know, all love here in the family. Just letting you know what's going on. That's it. Okay, I appreciate everybody stopping by. I will see you next Wednesday. I will give some shout outs to these guys. I appreciate everyone being here. And we will see you in the Discord.